Oh man, y'all, you can't make this up. When we're having a disagreement or any type of argument, so on and so forth, all bets are off once you curse at me. Once you curse at me, we're going to have a certain type of confrontation. For real, for real. It may not be physical, but I'm going to start cursing back and I'm going to check you about cursing me. Because I feel like I'm one of them individuals, man. Like, I believe, and I curse on these videos, but I don't curse at people when I'm talking to them, when we having certain type of discord, when we having a conflict, or we're having some type of like a conversation, so on and so forth, or disagreement. I can talk to you and get my point across without doing the cursing and all this and all of that. Because people curse at their children. They curse at kids, people that they feel like are on a lower pole of authority than them. But you ain't cussing at another grown person and expect that person to stay calm. If you cursing at me, I feel like you want it to go to a whole nother level. Because adults should be able to have some, like, to handle conflict or resolve conflict or talk through a disagreement, so on and so forth, without cursing and all this and all that. Like, no, bro. Cursing at me, that's the quickest way to lose me. I'm going to be like, fam, nah, bro. There's no way you talking to me like this. There's no way you talking to me like that, woman. There's no way we going to even get past anything once you cursing and all that. Like, nah. Like, it's not a thing for me. Only certain people can curse at me, and I'm cool with it. That's adults. My mom, my father, my grandparents. That's it. That's it. My siblings don't even be cussing at me when they talk to me. Like, we ain't doing that. Like, nah, bro. We is not doing it. It's a way to get across. Now, if I'm doing some silly stuff, I missed it, might slip out or whatever, but you ain't just finna be cussing at me going crazy. Nah, we ain't, nah. Nah, you don't cuss at grown folks and expect grown folks to come and respond to you with peace and still respond to you in a mild-mannered tone or respond to you respectfully. Can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. Because once you curse at me, I'm cussing right back. Or I gotta walk away from you. I gotta curse at you, then walk away from you. Because I'm gonna be like, who the hell you think you talking to? Who do you think you talking to? It's like, that's the ultimate form of disrespect to me. Cursing at me is like, you don't respect me. You think low of me, less of me, that you think you could just cuss at me crazy and get away with it. Because I'm going to think like, you probably wouldn't talk to this dude cussing. You want to talk to that dude cursing, or that person, or that person. Some people would. But even if you would talk to them people like that, you ain't going to talk to me like that. I ain't letting that go. I ain't letting that slide. You're going to learn how to talk to me like you got some sense. Because cursing is just like the ignorant way out. That is the easy way out to take when certain things don't go your way. Hollering and cussing like you ain't got no sense. And also, it's the quickest way to incite some type of physical conversation when you cussing and all that. Like, some people like, yo, it may be a trigger for some people. Now, for me, it's not a trigger to flashback or nothing like that, or something that happened to my child in my childhood, nothing like that. It's just, as a man, I feel like when you cursing at me, that's you just look at me like a child, because people cuss at their children. They cuss at their nieces, nephews, and all of that, right? Or, family members that are younger than them, or they don't really feel like are equals to them. When you cussing at me, I feel like you think I ain't your equal. You think I'm less than. So you ready to just lose your mind, lose your top, and get the cussing. And it ain't going to be that type of party. It's not. Cursing is the childish and immature way out. That's the way for you to feel like, it's not the adult way to handle certain things. Unless, again, it's just some vile, heinous stuff. If I've done something vile and heinous, which I don't live by that creed, I don't do vile and heinous things. But if I've done something like that, if a person has done vile and heinous things, yes, some cursing is necessary in them situations, even when it's another grown person. If they do something that's despicable, something that you feel like is just horrific of a person to do, so on and so forth, cool. But if y'all having a disagreement about something that ain't like, come on, bro, like it ain't crazy, nothing where somebody has broke a moral code and you having a disagreement and you get to cussing, bro. Like, nah, I remember my cousin was working at FedEx. And first of all, working at them places like that is like taxing on you anyway. Your back be hurting, people be having shin splits, lifting up them heavy ass boxes, so on and so forth or whatever. And my cousin was like 18 at the time. And this dude was like maybe 30, 29, 30. And he was like, my cousin was asking like about a way to do the boxes or what's a better way to get them or something. And he looked at my cousin and told my cousin, hey man, just pick the fucking boxes up, man. And my cousin looked at him and said, hey fam, I don't know who you talking to. Don't curse at me. I don't care who, don't curse at me, bro. I don't care who, I'm not your kid. I'm not your child. Don't curse at me. I don't curse at you. You don't curse at me. We keep that level of respect and we can go on about our business. But you ain't finna curse at me. And he was 18 when that happened, right? 18, about to go off to college and hoop at West Virginia University at the time. But he was working in the summer trying to keep, or, during school time to get some little change in his pocket or whatever. And he was like, I couldn't even do it. After that, he said, after that day, dude apologized. But he always saw him doing it to other people at times. And he like, bro, I can't be around this environment. I can't be here. I gotta go. And my cousin ended up quitting. Because he like, if he's still doing it to other people, at some point he might slip up again with me. And it's going to go to a whole nother level. I'm going to cuss him out crazy. And we're going to be in here ready to tear each other head off. I'm going to get fired, whatever. It might result in some crazier situation where I might put hands on the dude. And my cousin, big strong dude, 6'7". At that time, my cousin's like 220, strong as an ox, lifting weights every day. He like, man, I would have did some damage to dude. And then I would have been in jail and all that. I'm not going to be around people that like to curse people out when they have disagreements and all of that. Because it ain't going to end well. And I'm one of them people, bro, like, no, you got a problem with me and I ain't do nothing heinous to you or nothing morally wrong. Don't come at me with no cussing. Don't act like you got some sense and talk to me like an adult. But once you start that cussing, I'm be like, hey, hold the fuck on now. Nah, bro, I'm not your child. I'm a grown man. Address me as such. Lose the cussing. Because if I was to cuss at you, you'd be ready to lose your fucking mind. So there's always better ways to talk to adults without cussing. But once you curse at me and you ain't my mama, my pops, my grandparents, you cuss at me, you lost me, brother. You lost me. And now I'm finna be like, hey, yo, I don't know what you think this is, bro, but you gotta come correct with that. Nah, for real. I remember this is when I was, golly, I was in college. And I'm hanging with the noobs, right? Cappers. And we had a little situation, a little minor back and forth. Got into it with the alphas, right? And one of the alpha dudes told, he told my DP, he told one of my DPs, the dean of pledging, he told my DP, the dean of pledging, he told my boy, he told him, what he told him? My boy was saying something and he told him to shut the fuck up. Right? He's like, bro, man, shut the fuck up, man. And I remember after we resolved the issue, once he told my boy to shut the fuck up, my boy lost it. And he's ready to fight at that point. But once we resolved the issue, he tried to shake my boy's hand. My boy like, nah, fam. I ain't getting no hands. You gotta apologize to me first. All that telling me to shut the fuck up, you out your mind with that one, bro. I ain't cussing shit. Nah, that's over with. Don't cuss at me, famo. And then another time, while I was, when I was doing my intake process to become a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, another dude, one of the older brothers, cussed at my boy, right? And my boy looked at him and said, hey, bro, don't curse at me, fam. And the other grown dude, like, who is this young dude who think he is talking to me without my homie was like, at the time, my homie was a member already. I wasn't. I was in the process of doing intake. And my homie like, nah, bro, I don't care how old you are, how much older you are than me, you're not finna be cussing at me. You're not, basically, you're like, nah, you ain't cussing at me, bro. Like, and that's the stance that he had. And the other older dude looking like, you younger than me, woo. My boy was like, nah, bro, I'm a grown man. I don't care how much older you are than me. I'm grown just like you grown. I'm paying my own bills, paying my own rent. I'm grown. You're going to talk to me as such. I don't care if I'm only 23, 24. All that cussing and stuff, that stuff you do to your kids, to your children. not to me. And that's how I feel as well. So when you cuss at me, you lose me. That's it. That's all. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.